What's up everyone, I'm Gooshy, and in this video we're going to be talking about how big brain Sucker Punch is, and how they ingeniously reskin Ghost of Tsushima's single player, creating the Legends DLC, changing the genre of the game to cater to new players and satisfy existing players with more content. So with that, let's get started. So I've known a couple people who have either just played the single player and didn't play Legends, or vice versa, only played Legends without playing the single player. And this is completely understandable given that Legends does attract a different type of player audience. In all my review videos, I always reference the 4 player types, all separated by the reasons on why they play a video game: Achievers, Explorers, Socializers, and Competitors. Both the Achievers and Explorers lean towards the single player in Ghost of Tsushima, where they like interacting and acting upon the game world, and Competitors and Socializers prefer acting and interacting with other players, which is more in line with the Legends part of the game. But what Sucker Punch did so well was keep the core mechanics of the game, like the combat and the weapons, exactly the same throughout both the single player and Legends. Because of this, Sucker Punch was able to reskin a bunch of parts from the single player and just drop it into Legends, reskinning the look of it, but by changing the objectives of the game, made it appeal to different player types, and again changed the genre of the game. For people who have both played the single player and Legends, the most notable reskins are the armor sets that you can get on all the different classes that you can play. The Samurai has access to the Samurai clan armor, Gosaku armor, and the Sakai clan armor. The Hunter has the same outfits as Yuna and Tomoe. The Ronin has access to the Ronin attire as well as the Kensei armor. And the Assassin has outfits from the Traveler's attire and the Ghost armor. Another obvious reskin is the weapons that you can use. Jin has access to all these weapons, but in Legends are split up into the 4 classes. We have all the ghost weapons like the kunai, smoke bomb, we have the flame, sticky bomb, as well as the arrows, fire arrows, and the blowgun darts. Legends did add some new items like the dirt throw and the healing gourd, most likely to give an additional source of healing since resolve is much more of a scarce resource in Legends. Another thing that they reused are all the maps they used in Legends. For mostly all the story missions, all the playable areas are sections of the entire playable map in single player, but just gated off by the black fog and progressed by the Tori gates. And so reusing maps, character models, and weapons is one thing. However, Sucker Punch also reused a bunch of mechanics like duels and boss fights and put them into Legends. If you guys didn't know, in real life, I work as a game developer, and I'm truly amazed on how Sucker Punch reused some of the mechanics from a design and architectural standpoint. As an example, did you know that the Oni Lords have the exact same attack patterns as the final arena fight against the Khan? So if you're ever wondering why they're so hard and annoying to fight, especially on Nightmare Survival, remember that you're essentially fighting multiple bosses at once. From an architectural standpoint, not only did they take the attack patterns from the Khan just using a different model, but also gave the Oni Lords new mechanics like teleportation and AoE hits. Another example of reused mechanics is in the raid during the duel with Io. The Io duel is the exact same as your duel with Ryuzo. And so I've done this duel a crazy amount of times, and I didn't know this was the exact same duel as Ryuzo until someone pointed this out to me in one of my EO videos. And this shows that in different contexts of the game, you could be doing the same fight and the feel could be completely different. Of course, in the raid, you're limited to not being able to use resolve and special abilities, has certain requirements needed to get to the duel, and has additional mechanics like the obelisk filling up. But from a design perspective, I think that Sucker Punch really reused this duel in a genius way to make it new and challenging. Not only did Sucker Punch reuse duels, but also the perks and abilities within the game. Most notable is the Heavenly Strike, which was available both in single player and Legends, but what was cool was that it mixed with other mechanics to create a combination of perks and abilities. For example, the Stone Striker provides you with Heavenly Strike. However, if you broke an enemy's guard before using Heavenly Strike, it would do an attack that does way more damage and is exactly the same mechanic as the attack you do while using Ghost Stance. And so those are all the main things that I found that Sucker Punch reused from single player to Legends. If you guys found something else crazy that they reused that I haven't mentioned in the video, let me know in the comment section down below, because I'm curious, and so that other people can find out too. With that, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and as always, thank you guys for watching. Hope to catch you in the next one, and GG.